Finally, the Red Dead Online update has been announced and Rockstar have told us that it will be dropping on the 28th of July, which is next Tuesday. This is something that we have been waiting a very long time for, 7 months without any news whatsoever from Rockstar. And me being the person that I have been preparing for all 7 months. As soon as that Moonshine update was released, I was pushing out content, but I was instantly thinking, what comes next? How do I prepare? And that is why I did a number of these types of videos. But now that we know the exact role that we're gonna be getting with the next update, I can now do a much deeper dive and tell you exactly what to look out for and what to do. This also saves me time because as I have been streaming over on Twitch, which by the way is every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, you can get a link to that in the description down below. Head over to there, drop a follow and you'll be notified when I go live. But people keep asking me, how much money do they need for this update? How much gold do they need for this update? What they should be doing between now and the release of the update so that they are fully prepared. So this is going to be a video of everything that I will be doing. And I'm also going to tell you why I'm doing it. If you do have any other questions or just want to talk a bit more in depth about this update, there is also a Discord link in the description down below. The first thing that I get asked is how much money do we need? And with this, what I've been doing is looking at the previous roles that we've got and working out the average price. To buy one of everything within the collector, it costs $7,665. To buy one of everything within the bounty hunter, it costs $7,688.75. To buy one of everything in the trader, it costs $8,815. And finally for the moonshiner, to buy everything, it costs $9,175. So once we know those prices, the average price to buy one of everything in every role so far is $8,335.94. But we have to bear in mind that is to buy everything. Most of that stuff is completely irrelevant, being different types of variants for your weapons which you may not even like. That's also buying one of each horse. So one that you can unlock right at the beginning when you go into the role, one once you unlock when you get to rank 10, and finally one once you unlock when you get to rank 20. The rank 20 horses is the only horse that's worth it out of every single role. It's pointless going for any other lower ranked horse because it has lower stats. It's just a waste of money. So the point is that if you are sitting round about 8k, maybe even slightly less than that, maybe even going all the way down to like maybe 3 or 4k, it may not be enough to buy everything. But you have to remember that you do not need everything to participate within the role and have fun with it. And I should point out that essentials within these roles haven't even exceeded the cost of $4,000. That's even the moonshine role. So if you have just a couple thousand sitting in your account, you should be in a good position to have some fun with this next role, this naturalist role. The next question is, how much gold do we need? And this depends what type of role it is as well as what else is included. If it is a tier 1 role, it can cost 15 gold bars. That's what's happened for the bounty hunter, collector and trader. In addition to that, there is some customization options which you can buy whilst progressing through the role, very similar to buying stuff with cash. For the bounty hunter, there's optional items which add up to 27 gold bars. For the collector, it adds up to 28 gold bars, and for the trader, it adds up to 20 gold bars. So in total, if you were going to go for a tier 1 role and buy everything, this means starting it by setting up and also buying every single cosmetic within there that costs gold, it will cost anywhere between 35 gold bars going up to 43 gold bars. If it is a tier 2, and I don't think it will be a tier 2, but just in case it is, it can go up to 25 gold bars to enter it, and with buying all the different cosmetics, it will add up to 32 gold bars. In total, that's 57 gold bars to buy everything. Just to point out, very similar to the money talk, these are not essential items. The only thing you need is to buy into the role itself. So that could be anywhere between 15 to 25. Everything else after that is just optional cosmetic stuff. You don't need it to progress further within the game. The next thing to point out is the outlaw pass, which also has been confirmed. With the previous Outlaw Pass, it cost 40 gold bars, and that was for 100 ranks. Personally, I believe that this is going to increase. I think 7 months without any content coming to the game, I reckon it could be slightly more than 100 ranks, or it might be harder to rank up. And if that is the case, I wouldn't be surprised if Rockstar increased the price of how much it would cost to buy into it. I very highly doubt it will actually go down in price, but from what I've seen so far, people are estimating that it will cost between 40 all the way up to 60 gold bars to buy into. So if you want to buy into the Outlaw Pass and the role on day one, and you want to try to get everything, you're looking at around about 85 going all the way up to around about 100 gold bars. But yet again, I want to highlight that you do not need to buy into this on the first day. You do not need to buy every single item, as a lot of them are cosmetics, and to be honest, you don't even need to buy into the Outlaw Pass within the first day. The reason for this, as a lot of people forget, the Outlaw Pass is the actual paid model. There's a very similar one that runs alongside called the Wheeler and Rawson Co Club, and with this, you're automatically enrolled and it is free. If you progress through the Wheeler, Rawson & Co Club, you are also progressing through the Outlaw Pass, even if you haven't bought into it. So you can actually get max rank in the Wheeler, Rawson & Co Club, decide at that point, let's say a month, maybe 2 months down the line from now, and that is when you pay with gold to get the Outlaw Pass, and that is also when you unlock every single reward. So if you want to buy into everything on day one, you would need 85 to 100 gold bars to get the role and also the Outlaw Pass. That's also not including the stuff that's highly requested features that Rockstar still have not confirmed. But if you just want to get the role, it can cost anywhere between 15 going up to 25 gold bars. The next thing to make sure that you're doing is at least have played the previous roles. As said, I believe that this is going to be a tier 1, so you shouldn't have to have played some of the previous roles or even max them up to rank 20 to unlock this next role. You should be able to go to a set location, spend gold, and then you're able to enter the naturalist role. But just in case it is a tier 2, go through the trader, go through the collector, go through the bounty hunter, and go through the moonshiner. You don't necessarily have to get them to max rank. The only tier 2 that we have is the moonshiner, and when that was first released, it did require you to either get to max 5 as a trader or to at least do 1 cell delivery. So as long as you've at least participated, whether or not you've done it by yourself as a solo player or one of your friends who is a much higher rank than you, and you've played with them as they've gone from the moonshine role, this should provide a benefit and should allow you to go in. We do not know the exact requirements of what it will be to be within this naturalist role, so with this one we are just making sure that we cover all grounds. The next thing is collector sets. I know a lot of you guys have done it, myself I've also done it. I've got every single collector set within the game. I've got 10 of each. The reason for this is because as soon as this update is dropped, the Outlaw Pass drops, I'm going to buy into that and I'm going to go and sell all my collector sets. That will give me a lot of XP, 1500 XP for every single set that I sell, and that should push me towards that max rank with the Outlaw Pass. I know a lot of people have done this. I should point out that we do not know whether or not Rockstar are going to nerf this, either by capping the amount of collector sets that you can sell within a day, or whether or not they're going to dramatically reduce the amount of XP that you get for selling collector sets. But very similar to the previous topic that we just talked about, we are trying to cover all ground here. So if you haven't already, you need a bit more money, maybe you want to get through the Outlaw Pass slightly quicker, collect as many different collectibles and collector sets between now and the release of this next update. If right now you have 0 sets, you're not going to get 140 sets. It's just not going to happen. It is mathematically impossible. But what you can do is get a couple sets which just increases you through those early ranks, where those rewards just aren't as good, as well as it will give you a little bit more money once you do sell it on the day. So as said earlier, if you don't have that couple thousand, maybe you can get that by holding on to sets and sell it when this update is released. So the stuff that we've just gone over is stuff that we have known for quite a while. We already knew the average price to go into the different roles for money and gold. We understood that we should try to play the roles that are currently within the game just in case they're required for the next update. We also knew about getting as many different collector sets because we can sell it for XP. Now that we know that the naturalist role is coming, we can start being more specific with these next 2 tips. The first one is what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be maxing out the trader with the amount of animal parts that are there. That means it's ready for a delivery. But on top of that, with the hunting wagon, what I'm going to be doing is putting as many different perfect carcasses within the back and also as many different perfect heights. With medium to large carcasses, I can only hold 5. So what I might try and do is get like a pronghorn buck, a white-tailed deer, and then also try and get 3 different cougars, as they are the rarest animals within Red Dead right now. I'm also gonna be trying to get as many different perfect heights, so this will also be the pronghorn bucks, white-tailed deer. I'm still gonna try to find as many different cougars. I'll get foxes, alligator skins, coyotes, any type of animal where I can get a hide and make sure that it's perfect. I'm going to be putting that in the back of my hunting wagon. In addition to this, with my satchel, I'm going to go round the world getting as many different small animals, as well as different animal parts, such as the different types of feathers, specifically looking at the areas such as Lemoyne, in Blue Water Marsh, where you can get a ton of different rare feathers. I'm going to be looking for pelicans, as they are an exotic bird and one of the only birds that gives exotic meat. I'm going to try and get as much of this as possible and store it in my satchel. The reason for it is because the role that is coming is a naturalist role. So there's a chance that I could use these different resources that I'm getting whilst hunting to study them, as a naturalist studies plants and animals. In addition to this, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but a lot of players are talking that one of the things that's going to be with the naturalist role is a trapper. So if I can't use it to study these different animal parts, what I will do instead is try to give them to the trapper. And as they're perfect, it means I should have better quality items. And also the trapper within the Red Dead Redemption 2 story does ask you to get perfect animal parts, and there's also some that do require quite a lot of feathers. Now I do not know if this is the case. As said, I'm going to be doing this in my spare time. I did a very similar thing this time last year when a trader role was announced, and back then I didn't have a hunting wagon and you couldn't store animal parts on the back of your horse, change lobby and for those animal parts to still be there. But what you could do is get as many different small animal parts stored in your satchel, so that as soon as this trader role did come, I went straight into it and I just gave Cribs every single animal part that I managed to collect. I'm hoping that a very similar thing will be happening here. If it doesn't happen, it's not much of a problem because I can just take those animal parts that I managed to collect and just give them to the trader anyway. And then the other thing that I'm going to be doing is going through every single herb location and trying to get as many herbs as possible. I can hold a max of 30 of each herb, so what I'm going to try and do is get every single herb. What's helping me with this is I'm going to be going through the collector map. I'll leave a link in the description down below to that if you haven't already seen it. You have the option to find collectibles, so that will help you if you are looking to find different collectible locations, but on top of that you can also use it to find different herb locations. So I'm going to go through each and every herb, making sure that I have 30 of every single one. As said earlier, a naturalist is the person that studies plants and animals. Plants is a very big part of that, so I can go and give these herbs away and hopefully that will give me XP, it'll give me money, and hopefully I'll be able to progress through the role a lot quicker. But anyway, that is my preparation for this next role, the update that is going to be dropping on Tuesday. I know a lot of people will comment saying that what is the point of this, you're just going to go through the content quicker. I am a content creator, so I'm going to be going through this gameplay fairly quickly, but I will probably spend months and months editing this footage together, and that is what is fun for me. And it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to prepare for this update, and if so, now you know exactly what I'm going to be doing. There may be some of these things that just do not plan out. The naturalist might not require you to bring different types of animal parts, and it might not require you to bring different types of herbs. But if it does require you to do that, then you're all set, you have the materials needed. If it doesn't require you, that's fine as well, because there's other ways in which you can use those herbs to craft goods for yourself, as well as you can also take the animal parts to Cribs, in which will be a delivery later, so it's not much of a problem. But anyway, if you do want to see any more Red Dead Online content from me, being this update on the day that it drops, I will be streaming over on Twitch. There is a link in the description down below. Head over to there and drop a follow. We also have the Discord ready, so if you do want to just pop in and have a chat, talk a bit more about why you should prepare in this type of way, then feel free to head over to there. There's also a link to that in the description down below. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going, so see ya.